Morning, everyone, and welcome to yet another DK64 Randomizer.com Season 3 tournament match. We've got the losers bracket round 4 between the number 2 seed Mumbo Token and the number 6 seed Alpha. Should be an amazing match today. Here on commentary, we have myself, Etiquette, and with me is the legendary Connor75. Say hello, Connor.
Hello, everyone. Excited to be back. This was the match that I was very eager to sign up for because this is going to be a good one.
Oh, yes, it is. These two are all over the place racing, and I think Connor has a couple of quick statistics for us.
Yeah, I think we're still about probably 5 minutes out from them getting started. But in the meantime, I don't know if people realize this, but these two have known each other for 7 years now. So this is not just some new rivalry. There is 7 years of buildup for this race because both of them are probably more primarily known for their Banjo-Tooie speedrunning. Mumbo actually got first place in the Banjo-Tooie Any Percent tournament held in 2019. So he has a lot of tournament experience under his belt already. He also has DK64 tournament experience, even though this is his first main randomizer tournament. Mumbo also got 4th place in the DK64 Challenge Series held in 2022. All those videos, those were like speedrun challenges that you would not be able to route ahead of time. You'd be given some challenge like on the spot. You have to route it. And he got 4th place in that. There's a bunch of videos on the DK64 Speedruns YouTube of those if you're curious. But Alpha as well is not a newcomer to these types of tournaments. He has 239 recorded races of Ocarina of Time randomizer on race time. So even though I was checking just 8 months ago, Alpha was in my DMs asking how to set up the DK64 randomizer, but he already has the experience with randomizers in Ocarina of Time. But Alpha does have the edge on Mumbo in terms of number of DK64 races. There are over 350 recorded races of Alpha in the DK64 randomizer category alone. Well, Mumbo only has ridiculous. 240.
Only 240?
Yes.
Yeah. That's wild.
And this is all like since February, because that's when they were first getting into this.
Wow. Well, this should definitely be an exciting matchup. Two very experienced runners, as you've said. So I am definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, looking at the start here, do we want to?
Yeah.
Think about these moves.
Yeah. So starting here, we've got Donkey and Tiny as our 2 Kongs. We've got Chimpy Charge, which is kind of useless right now, but we have Saxophone and Mini Monkey, both of which are very useful given our starting Kongs.
Yeah, and we are one Diddy Kong away from, I guess, an out of logic Aztec Beetle race.
That is true. If we see Aztec level 1, it's just alarm bells right off the bat.
Because technically, the logic expects you to have Rocket Barrel, but pretty sure both of these know how to skip Rocket Barrel to get on top of the tower.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see sort of starting rotation. Something that people sometimes like to do if they start with Mini Monkey and Tiny is check BFI. Just get that quick little, do I have to collect fairies? Do I not have to worry about it? Kind of thing out of the way. So it'll be interesting to see that. I know everybody sort of has like their own little meta they like to use for opening sort of circuit of aisles, but
The evolving meta has been, though, don't even bother peeking checks that you're probably not going to do. Because
Interesting.
if you don't have 4 fairies yet, why even go in there and waste the time? Maybe once you have 4 fairies, you can go inside of Banana Fairy Island, but it takes a while to use Mini Monkey and go in there just to like see that it's junk or something.
That is true. That is true.
Because there have been races where I check number game and win, and then these two don't do number game, and they're like, Connor, how could you do number game? You're playing way too safe, so thorough. Like you should be skipping number game. And I'm like, that's not that slow of a check. So be prepared for them to go fast and skip things.
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be that sort of element of like also who you're racing, right? Like these two obviously know each other very well, and have raced against each other countless times. So they're going to try to be doing that little bit of like extra. What is my opponent not going to be doing? What should I be doing? That kind of stuff. And skipping things a lot of time is the way these kind of races go. Yeah, we should be getting a start any second now.
Yep, I see the countdown happening off screen. Okay, and they're off. Seeing Forest level 2 on the alpha side. It is interesting how people do slightly different orders here on the opener.
Yeah, I feel like I mix it up if I have Lanky but not Sprint, and it's like, oh, maybe I'll get Sprint on the way, but generally Prism first is how I do it.
Yeah, it's like, because there's always a chance you just like get Feather maybe, or you get Sprint that allows you to be a little bit more efficient. Okay, both of them are early hint checkers.
We have a chunky phase.
Yeah, factory shops to 6, 8 chunky, Oasis to 8 and chunky. Okay, nothing too crazy for these hints.
We do have the Galleon lobby Kasplat, so wanting to check lobbies when we get access to them could be good. Oh, we do see a BFI check here on Mumbo's side.
Yeah, you get that one fairy early, so well, just a GB.
Waste of time.
Still good to know. You never know when you. It could just be a GB rush seed. All right, we know about one Kong. Diddy is found by Lanky and Forest, so very unlikely to do that out of logic.
What is this? Oh, this is
just
people. Yeah.
The Starmane Isles before.
Can not even write that hint down. We do have a factory level 1. Love to see factory level 1, personally. It is good for coins. Good for quick, fast checks.
I do know that Key 2 is not going to be here. We got hint for Key 2 in the giant mushroom exterior. All right, is Divergence here with Alpha checking the training grounds? This is, I say this is very standard because I know how these two work. This is very standard for Mumbo to not do a training grounds in his opener anymore and to just go straight into the first level, wait till maybe you have vines to come back here or more coins.
For sure. We did see the Helm order is Chunky Diddy, so we'll be looking for Guitar, Rocket Barrel, as well as Triangle along the way.
See how there were. Then we have one path hint and factory. We're probably Trying to figure out which is that 6-8 chunky in the shops.
Yep. And we actually just saw the Mini by the arcade has a clear potion. So luckily we started with Mini Monkey so we can get that.
I feel like that's always a clear one in there.
It really is.
Every seed.
I literally haven't played DK Randomizer since I got knocked out of the tournament by Mumbo, by the way. So I'm rooting for Mumbo because if Mumbo wins, then I can claim second place. But there was a clear potion in there too. All right.
Storage, path key 7, cabins 8 and chunky. And then now we know where all the Kongs are.
Yeah.
But
Diddy
also, yeah, just bought Galleon, that's easy.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is that's nice because Diddy obviously can't lock himself, so it has to be that one accessible shop.
Right, yeah. And then so Alpha actually did an interesting factory route here by peeking production room and then pause exiting to go back and then go testing side of factory.
I don't hate that.
This does help with your moveless tiny metal, but when you have Mini Monkey, then maybe you're going down the R&D tunnel anyway, getting those tiny color bananas. Otherwise, like the 45 for the factory tiny metal is kind of awkward. You sort of have to do something slow, either go check car race or go down the pipe to the left of factory.
Right. I feel like that's just kind of factory metals in a nutshell. It's like the only actual good one is Diddy's. Even though 4 of them are free, all of them kind of have like this one kind of bad thing about it. Like you can't really get Lankies without climbing production. Chunkies is pretty bad unless you have a gun. Or punch, I guess.
It's basically all of them usually involve production room if you're trying to optimally get these medals. Alright, there was a potion on that giant punch barrel. Homing ammo. That's... I probably were expecting a training move here, but homing's a little disappointing then.
Yeah, I mean, homing could be that path to key 7 for all we know.
It could. That's right.
Totem Oasis area to 7 and chunky. I'm trying to piece together punch and homing now. It's not working.
All right.
Oh wait,
Mumbo's already at the 8-pack.
No, never mind.
Treasure room to key 6. Another splat and galleon.
And then Jape shops. It's 6-8 Diddy chunky. Okay.
And Aztec cranky Diddy. So we know our 3rd level has to be Aztec or Galleon. At this point, just from all the Kong hints. We need a 3rd Kong. Oh wait, no, we have, yeah, that is a true statement.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And then
Diddy finds Lanky in 4.
Yeah, if Aztec is level 3, then Galleon has to be 4.
All right, I think we saw a key and a potion in this cranky here.
So that's key-wise, that's gonna have to be key 5. It's the only one we don't have a hint for.
Wait, who bought the potion there? Was
I
oh,
missed
it was a Diddy potion chunky key. Okay, so they
It was definitely a chunky key. I saw that. Okay.
All right, so what might be on Mumbo's mind is like he skipped production room, which is production room is sort of inefficient when you don't have many Kongs because you're not gonna be able to hit the chunky or Diddy switches yet. So he's probably thinking, he's not thinking like skip production room entirely. It's more, it's not efficient to do production room right now, so might as well move on.
Yeah, and I think it's the right call. You definitely want to come to Forest, get your key 2. You've got a ton of golden bananas already. Like, looking on Alpha's side, already having 12. I think, according to Mumbo's tracker, there's 11. So, you know, you're probably able to get into level 3, whatever it is, get your 3rd Kong, and then keep moving. So I definitely like the play.
They haven't found a move yet other than homing ammo.
I know.
Just been golden bananas. Ooh, so easy key 2 here. This means that you have a choice to make. Do you...
I think you just leave. I think maybe
What do you do?
Like mill dirt, do the mill dirt, and then leave.
Yeah,
or
no
the
gun.
The crate as well.
No gun, so your mills are going to be only partially cleared if you go over there. Can't turn it to nighttime. Alpha gets barrel throwing in production room crusher.
Ooh. We like that. I think we still only know... I didn't miss any hints, right? We still only know 2 phases, Diddy and Chunky.
Oh, and oranges. Yeah, I'm still trying to keep track of all these hints. There were...
Well,
we've been giving them so quick.
I know. I mean, oranges would let you change it to nighttime out of logic. So that actually could be a good pull there for Alpha.
We do have a lot of path hints in Aztec. Yeah, multiple 8 and chunkies there. Plus a cabin's 8 and chunky. A lot of 8 and chunkies.
Oh, you know what? I'm just looking at this now. My guess is Aztec Totem Oasis area is punch, and then the punch barrel in factory is the path to key 7 and not the homing arrow. That's gonna be my guess.
Was there a 7 path hint?
Right? It was Storage Arcade to 7.
Yeah, but like Storage and Arcade to 7, but like was there another path to 7?
Oh, yeah. Unless I wrote it down wrong. Hold on.
I just have Oasis to 8 and chunky.
I wrote 7 in Chunky. Look at that. I would have lost the race. Never mind. Homing back on the table.
All right, more hints. DK Fighter Temple. No coconut yet.
Sax pad.
Classic. Shame it's not pound the X, but close enough.
There's still time.
I might still check it anyway.
If you've already done the sax pad, pound the X is not a slow check, in my opinion.
No, it's really not. The issue is having hunky.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And there's the coconut for the 5-door temple. On the way to the Horde Galleon lobby to Splat. So we are seeing Alpha using those oranges to spend more time in forest. Gonna turn at night, probably do, you know, the full Thornvine clear. While Mumbo is pushing ahead pretty aggressively to level 3, knowing that Diddy has to be on this shop right here.
Yeah, this is nice, and then Diddy can go back to forest to potentially get lanky. We don't know what check yet. He's not like the winch or something.
I guess Alpha just looked at the winch, so it wasn't.
Yeah, I saw Alpha going to it. I was trying to time it up. It was gonna be a good clip, but can't win them all. Oh, being able to afford Diddy with only 2 coins, that's very nice.
There is a world where you could climb the mushroom and then get Lanky from the bonus barrel at the top of the mushroom at a logic.
True.
But knowing how easy Diddy is to get, is that really how you want to spend your time on the mushroom right now? And like, in order to decide whether or not like you want to climb the mushroom, you might be thinking, okay, where's Rocket Barrel? Am I going to get Rocket Barrel soon instead? And we just have one path to Diddy hint on the Jape shops, so we don't know if that's leading to Peanuts or Rocket Barrel necessarily.
Right. We don't even know where Japes is.
Yeah, we don't.
Welcome to bonus day.
Since we've already seen P4 and 5.
6 is... Okay, so key 6 is in the treasure room, which means you definitely need diving and Peanut.
Oh yeah, so it's probably just Peanut on Jape shops, actually.
Peanut's probably on Jape shops, yeah.
Well done.
Makes
And then
sense.
factory shops somehow leads Diddy. Yeah, Diddy can lock diving. So yeah, maybe factory shops somehow leads to diving.
Yeah, something that locks diving, right? It could be punch there to diving. Who knows? Probably something that locks diving, and not just balloon or spring.
It's gonna be balloon or spring.
Alright, Mumbo's teasing us by not doing this Way of the Horde Kasplat yet, but surely... Okay, now he's doing it.
I hate this spot.
Just gotta hit him while he's down.
It doesn't work!
Vines. And this is where the efficiency of Mumbo's opening route comes in, because now he gets vines, instantly checks all the training grounds at once here.
Yeah. Getting vines from a Way of the Horde like that is always a little bit bittersweet to me, because vines is easily one of those moves that can be just missing at the end of a seed, because it doesn't realistically lock a whole lot of stuff, so it's usually not on paths. But you know, it did just take up a Way of the Horde, like an early Way of the Horde that you really want for progression. So it's nice to find.
I have had seeds where I use the Gorilla Gun pad in Helm Lobby and then jump to grab the vines, not have vines, and not realize fall in the lava, and I tell myself, why, how are you so bad that you missed the vines? And then I go and try again, and then realize, wait, I don't have vines.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mumbo can't move on to level 4. He's probably thinking, go back to the factory shops with Diddy and get that heavily hinted potion, I would imagine.
Yeah. I could see this potion being like monkey port to do the sax pad for diving, maybe.
Yeah.
Just like tie it in with the other Way of the Horde hints.
All right, more hints. Okay, so lighthouse path hint now. Potentially telling us something more because that is the 6, 7, 8, and chunky. Oh, so was that
Wait.
the vines that's path to all that stuff?
All right, for everything I just said
And
about
now,
vines never being
now there's
back.
7 here because this is vines wall.
All right, production room has 2 potions. We've seen both of those. Sorry, bean levers.
Being
There's no-
foolish. Yeah, it looks like just 7 here, and then you're like, okay, what else does vines lead me to?
Sarah has a good point. Diving was on the Thornvine Barn, which
Oh.
is vines.
Didn't even
I completely
watch
missed
more
that.
alpha.
Yeah. That's 2 things now locked by Strong Kong that are gotten out of logic so far with barrels and diving.
Yeah, so Strong Kong on the shop would make perfect sense here.
Yeah. Key 7 for Mumbo. Which
And
would be
even
vines
though-
to 7, yeah.
Yeah, and even though it's like, oh wow, Alpha did that out of logic. He got vines before Mumbo. It's like, I don't think that's gonna matter because Mumbo's gonna. Ooh, okay. So here's Strong Kong up there on the sack pad,
Oh no.
but I feel like this is gonna put Mumbo on a chain that eventually takes him back to the mills anyway.
Yeah.
Once he sees a Strong Kong. I guess the diving does nothing for Alpha here. You don't have Peanuts, you don't have Lanky. You're not checking the mermaid without a pearl. That's crazy.
That's just a waste of time. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Get 25 of 45 colored bananas with Lanky? You don't even have Lanky. Never mind. You can't.
No. You can
There's like 5 tiny coins down by the mermaid.
yeah. Go check the boss down there. Actually.
Yeah.
Mumbo is doing his production room now that he got the scouring hit of 2 potions in production room. It probably made him realize I need to do production room. That's 2 potions, but he's gonna be a little. Well, I don't know about disappointed, but he's just gonna end up getting the barrels in the pressure room. Nothing up here.
Two good GBs though.
What's he gonna do his Diddy strat to climb up here? He was practicing that pretty intensely the other day, but no, still just doing tiny and misses it. Oh, he didn't have these hints. Never mind, that was just Alpha that had seen that hint. Yeah, Alpha does have the golden banana lead. Even though Mumbo has the, I guess, progression lead, kind of. Not
really.
Not really
no.
though. Alpha's gotten everything that Mumbo has now, other than the key and the monkey port that are right in front of him.
Yeah. And Alpha does have the diving. Which, if we think Strong Kong is up here on the sax pad, then you know, Mumbo probably won't be too far behind. Although just getting barrels out of a strong Kong check, you're gonna get the strong Kong and be like, oh, let me check bosses or something.
Yeah, that is a great point. That Mumbo's just going to be focused on the barrels and not what if strong Kong locks something else. I guess Mills is such a huge area though. He's probably going to go over there anyway.
And you just got a gun with coconuts. Now you can do nighttime and there's strong Kong.
Yep. And we do have Color Bananas, Foolish, and Factory. So if he's thinking bosses, it would just be confined to Forest and Galleon.
Yep. And the funny thing about Galleon boss is you can't even try to be like, oh, well, Vines wasn't path to that. Because you need Vines to get into it without diving. But Vines is actually part of this path, so.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what he could be thinking, is that, oh my gosh, Galleon's level 3, so it could be Vines to the Galleon boss that requires barrels. Could be his mind.
That's an ugly path. That's like a Plando path. Trying to suss out that logic.
Alright, where's Alpha going?
Alpha's coming back to Forest.
Could he...
Maybe trying to find...
Oh, Lanky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Diddy now. Okay. So what check is he gonna be on? The Diddy medal is sort of... Alpha, you already looked at that.
Yeah, my
Or
guess
in
would be
here.
the metal.
Yeah,
Here,
is 2 moves, like, out of logic. It's unlikely. You're probably just playing for the medal.
everyone's gotten so good at the Dark Rafters.
Mm-hmm. Alright, first try from both of them.
That is funny with all these differences. We just have a random high five in an out of logic Dark Rafters of all places.
It's like they had different starting routes, but I want to say Alpha's sort of in the lead here.
Yeah, I think in terms of progression and everything, they're in pretty much the exact same spot, except Alpha has diving and 2 more golden bananas. And I don't even know if there's necessarily like a knowledge, like, oh, if Mumbo knows of something that Alpha doesn't yet. I don't even think that's the case either.
Nope. Almost just already gotten the Strong Kong at the top of Creme Isle.
Oh yeah, I guess that is one thing, the Strong Kong. But I mean, you already know you skipped it, so.
Alpha could forget that Way of the Horde exists, and it'd probably end up to his benefit to just forget about that and never check it.
That's like I'm going up to Helm to get my Gorilla Gon hint, and I haven't done this yet. May as well.
Oh, Mumbo not going for fairy under timer here. Wow, he started with all golden bananas. Like, great luck. This
The
fourth
one-
studio medal is painful without moves.
It is real bad. I was gonna say the one sort of saving grace is Lanky can't be on the boss because Diddy was gotten past this level. So the boss would have to be beatable with just the first 2 levels, and Diddy was in level 3. So
Good
that is like
point.
the only thing you can skip.
He was up here the whole time.
Oh man.
So where's Rocket Barrel? Well, Rocket Barrel could be in level 4. There's nothing restricting Rocket Barrel to the first 3 levels.
Welcome to bonus stage.
All right, more hints.
Those are not great. I'll be
No.
honest.
If anything, you might want more path hints because
Yeah.
looking a little complicated. These 8 to
I mean,
a lot of them.
more medals are foolish. Oh, and Mumbo leaves without getting Lanky.
Well, oh, did he just? I think that was an
Okay.
accidental exit to
Yeah.
aisles.
Heading right back in. So.
I mean, depending on where Rocket Barrel is, what if Rocket Barrel is just free in level 4, and you're wasting time by climbing the mushroom?
All right.
I guess who knows where Rocket Barrel is, though.
It could be
It's not
anywhere.
on a path.
Well,
Yeah, it's not going to be one of these path hints actually, because we know we have a Diddy phase.
yeah, and we know it's not obviously it's not the Owl Tree Splat, but it could be either of the Aztec shops. Like if Aztec is level 4.
Yeah, that Aztec cranky Diddy.
Or- Yeah, the Cranky Diddy
that-
or the 5-door temple.
Yeah.
Cranky Diddy's probably not because that's probably the 8 and chunky hint.
Although, yeah, even that, there's no guarantee. I've learned, like, never even try and assume for a second there's overlap between the pass and Way of the Hordes, because there is a pretty good, like, protection in place now to try and discourage, like, duplicate hints like that. It's
Yeah.
so often that the Way of the Horde and the path, even though they're the same region, are pointing to different moves. Oh yeah, Mumbo has checked Mumbo knows that Aztec is level 5.
Oh, so if Aztec is 5, then yeah, Rocket Barrel has to be in the first 4 levels because we know Chunky is in Aztec. And Lanky has to be accessible before.
So what is level 4? Can we figure that out? Probably Japes.
I'm gonna guess Japes. I'm gonna guess not Castle. Because Castle's the only level we have 0 hints for.
I know, Castle is blank on my spreadsheet. Alright, Alpha looks like he's gonna push ahead here and go to level 4. It is Japes.
Good.
What do you do here in Japes? I mean, you have the shop hinted, and then otherwise I feel like this is just
I mean, this
clear Japes.
is kind of like, like, let me just get as many golden bananas as possible to get to the next hint thresholds. Like, and Japes is a great level for that.
Yeah. You're really
especially
hoping-
you've got Coconut. Coconut unlocks like 6 different checks or something like that.
Yeah, it's probably not an issue yet. They're missing Rocket Barrel. You know its first 4 levels. Surely it'll be hinted eventually. Alpha, really struggling with the homing. What am I watching?
Oh no.
Just-
Wait. Wait, Mumbo just got Baboon Blast.
Wait, where? I was.
Was that the Diddy medal? Does anyone know what that was? All I saw was the flash and the
I was
exit
too busy
level.
laughing at Alpha standing still.
Oh, it was the Night Dorka splat.
Oh, Alpha skipped that. Well, watch this be like a hindrance, and that Baboon Blast leads to nothing, and it just results in Mumbo doing slow checks.
We still only have 2 K rule phases figured out.
That is very. That is a. We know it's not lanky.
Yeah, we know it's not lanky.
We
But
started with mini. Yeah, it could easily be Tiny or DK.
yeah, but I mean, even if it is DK phase, you'll get Forest Exterior path to Donkey's fight.
Okay.
And it'll be free.
Yeah, you're right. That has to be hinted because we're guaranteed like a hint for every K rule phase, and there's nothing else to possibly hint about DK
Now-
other than that.
Oh wait, it can't even be Blast Lock's Feather, because you would just skip Feather in that case and use your oranges.
Oh yeah, right.
Now, if Blast Lock's Rocket Barrel, this is how.
Yeah, like if we suddenly just find Rocket Barrel on the Jace Baboon Blast or something. Although, no, we know a lot of places it can't be. It's not going to be locked by Vines, Monkey Port,
Yeah.
Hong Kong, any of this stuff. Barrels. That is 4 fairies for Alpha. He can go get that golden banana and banana fairy island.
I was gonna say great metal routing, but it was just a Nintendo coin, so.
Yeah. A lot of nothing in Japes.
Yeah, this is kind of surprising. I mean, I guess we had no guarantee it was going to be a lot of stuff here, but
Okay, here's the hinted potion on Granky, though. Again, I'm saying... I guess we've said this is probably Peanut, because we know... Key 6 is in Treasure Room. And this move is going to be path to 6-8 Diddy Chunky.
yeah. And then, so this is path 6-8 Diddy Chunky. So was the factory shop item, which is port, which led to diving eventually. So my guess is outskirt side just has some good stuff over there in general.
Yeah.
Although there's so many other 8 and Chunky hints.
I know, we have 3 others. We have Aztec Shops, Aztec Oasis, and Caves Cabins, all path to 8 and Chunky.
Yeah.
With DK 5-door Temple, just away the Horde still.
The totem area hint is interesting because obviously, like, when you think of totem area, you a lot of times think of those. There's 3 different rocket barrel, or 4 actually, rocket barrel checks. But none of this is also path to Diddy, except for this Peanut. So it's probably one of those just like quick, maybe like the melon crate or the dirt patch in Aztec.
Better hope it's not the llama, or else Alpha's not getting that.
That is true. Did not consider the llama.
Because I don't think Alpha goes back for that Baboon Blast unless it's retired.
No.
There's no reason to go back for that. Trombone in the peanut cage. Check. Nothing screams as well. That's peanut locked. That's on the path to all this stuff.
Yeah, but like we don't have. There's no lanky K rule. There's no lanky helm. So it being useful isn't clear yet. Ooh, the Splat and Chunky's 5-door temple.
So that means a Papple's out there needed.
Oh, and we do have a second Aztec shop hint to Tiny Phase.
Oh, okay. So this is good for Alpha from our point of view. Because now that is just guaranteed feather.
Which means there's actually 2 useful Aztec shop items as well.
Right. And then the Creme Isle, 6-8 Chunky. Yeah, that's still just the same strong contrast that we've already figured out. Mumbo gets the pearl in Jape's cage.
I like this getting to Aztec as fast as possible here from Alpha.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta treat every seed like a jet seed and play to win.
Yeah.
Assume all the hints are just gonna figure themselves out.
It's definitely a different mentality when you're doing a one-on-one race versus like a big weekly race. Like if you have a weekly race of like 40 people, you're gonna play a lot safer just because it's like, well, you know, I want to place as well as possible. But this one-on-one race, it's like it doesn't matter. You know, if I play safe and I just get a nice consistent time, I have to beat my opponent. And if I can just make a call like this, play a little bit risky, you know, a lot of times it's the way to go.
It's also not even risky. It's like you have at least four things you're like coming here hinted for, one of which is a Kong.
Okay, so the way of the Horde item that might be to 8 and Chunky or might be the Tiny Phase is O-Stand. Oh wait, no.
Oh, wait, was that on the
it was
dirt?
Cranky Diddy, not Candy Diddy. All right, that may not have been hinted, actually. Never mind. We may have just found a random O-Stand.
Oh, just O-Stand on the shop. Okay.
Yeah, but it was Candy Diddy.
Candy.
So,
okay. So it was
not
maybe.
Cranky. So maybe.
Yeah, very bad for Alpha if the llama is holding Chunky, but it makes more sense for Chunky to just be on the DK 5-door temple because that is hinted way of the Horde. Two more potions.
Okay. One of them we can't get yet. Feather. All right.
Okay. Feather, yeah, definitely. The path to Tiny Face. So there's still a chance. O-Stand, path to 8 and Chunky.
Probably just that Chunky potion, but you know what? I mean, the interesting thing about O-Stand would be it's not the interior mushroom checks because those are foolish. We've already seen production room, so it leaves like Japes, like the painting room, and is that it?
Yeah, James' painting room, again, that's not a bad place. That's locked by Peanuts, which is on the same 8 and chunky path. It's possible.
Is that
But
really
I
the only
think
other
I
Ocean?
think the better route is to get chunky and then buy that other move.
Oh,
before
absolutely.
coming to these conclusions.
You know what? It could be the dragon snakes inside the llama temple,
Yes,
which you need blast for.
which we got trombone for.
Oh no. Not supposed to be that likely.
Ooh. Ooh, this sprint in the Oasis. This
It's a
could-
hinted region.
And you know what in our hinted regions it needs sprint?
The cabin.
Yeah, lanky cabin. So that could just be balloon in the other shop. I don't think this is a random O-Sprint sighting. I think this is pointing us directly to lanky cabin.
Can agree with that. Because Peanut would lock all the same stuff.
Yeah, Peanut locks trombone. Did
You
we
know
see
something?
Alpha skipped its tower.
That is pretty bold.
I mean, it makes sense because you know Rocket Barrel is... Well, okay, you actually know nothing about Rocket Barrel, but... Just another pearl. So Alpha saves time there by not getting a pearl.
Chat is saying Alpha did do it and got the pearl.
Oh, he did? Okay. I swear I've been watching. He did it when, when I wasn't looking.
All right. I do have a thought though. I'm wondering if, 'cause did we get a hint specifically about the punch chest, or not the punch chest, the punch room in factory?
Yes, that is Way of the Horde.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, what if? So normally when we see an 8 and chunky hit, right, our mind instantly goes to like Gorilla Gon a lot of the times, just because it's the one move that's always a crossover between the two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if, like, because you still need diving somehow to be path to 8 and chunky as well. I'm wondering if, because if it's just sprint with balloon on a shop, and you got trombone from Peanut for the cabin to get Gorilla Gon, let's say. I'm wondering if like punch is going to be locked by diving, let's say, to then take to storage to get like an instrument for helm, something like that, maybe.
Yeah, Hunky and Helm. Wait, no, Hunky actually is one of the moves that can't be in Helm because of the
Ooh,
way the
so-
bosses work.
Okay, so this is triangle in the shop.
Okay,
That throws a wrench in things.
triangle. What's triangle needed for?
We do need triangle for helm,
Oh yeah, just Helm.
but that's it.
So what if O stand was the 8 and chunky path, and triangle is just like it's just there?
Interesting.
Because yeah, otherwise triangle has to lock another chunky move somewhere.
Yeah, I do like this from Mumbo going into Llama Temple here. You know, there
Dang,
is a
can't
chance
believe
that
Alpha
both
is
can.
skipping Llama Temple.
Alpha doesn't have blast.
I know. So again, like I like checking Llama too. It's a good place to go, but this
But
may
almost
just be a
not
waste of
checking it.
time. Like Alpha may be pulling ahead here, and Mo may get nothing out of this, and it's a just bigger lead for Alpha.
It's so fast. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
You have to do the actual blast scores. I was gonna say it's fast to just walk in and look at that barrel, but you do have to do the blast scores. So.
Oh, he leaves.
Okay.
Wait, why did he do it? I guess he's probably was thinking of something and realized it's not worth going in there. Because you need to figure out, is it O stand or triangle? Is path to 8 and chunky?
Yeah, and nothing else screams triangle in the rest of these hints. Except the cabin, which kind of is... I mean, it's not guaranteed to be solved by sprint, but...
No, yeah. But we are very certain that sprint is the path to 8 and chunky. What is left in Oasis.
And check Beetle Race, right? They both did the tower, but not the actual race.
Yeah.
I think makes sense.
Yeah, it's a little too slow. When you have so many hinted areas left, it's the type of thing, maybe 30 minutes from now, I'll go check Beetle Race, but not yet.
Yeah. See if you can get one of those, like, because we started with sax. Maybe you can get like a saxophone as path to these things.
Not a whole lot of hints left though. Only 3 hints remain.
And we're close to seeing them at least on. Actually, both of them have 44 right now.
Okay, so we're expecting key 6 in here, but ideally also another move.
Factory shops to 5, yeah.
Ooh, I forgot we hadn't seen that yet, so that's a waste of a potentially useful hint slot at this stage. And then that confirms nothing else in mills since we already saw 1 potion there.
Yep, there's the key. And unfortunately, like, the problem with having just a blanket diving and peanuts is path to 8 and chunky, maybe, is like you're just like, do you check everything over here on the outskirt side? Probably not. Wait, everything except for 5-door ship.
And it's, yeah, I guess it is the diving that you're pretty confident diving it is somehow still path to chunky. Because there's always a chance, oh, it's just a diving minigame in Helm. You can never trust a diving path to 8.
No, you really can't.
All right, 2 promising diving checks on Mumbo side. Nope. You don't want to do your medals. Color bananas are foolish here. Otherwise, they would. Some of them are good diving checks. Again, Peanut could just be completely solved by trombone to the cave's cabins.
Right.
So, oh, Alpha doing the chunky 5-door ship. Actually,
yeah. The more I'm thinking about it, maybe, yeah.
This is a great, yeah. This should tie it all together.
Like chunky and Lankies, I think would be worth doing. Chunkies and see if Chunkies is needed.
Yeah, their best lead at this point is figuring out how triangle are a rank standard path to 8 and Chunky still. And then like we still have the Owl Tree Kasplat the Horde. Where's Grape? Where's Pineapple for the Chunky Fight or Temple? There's so many hinted places left. We still need Rocket Barrel, Guitar, Gorilla Gon, Primate Punch, Hunky Chunky, Grape, and Pineapple. That's
Yeah.
logically required to beat the seed. Okay, Alpha has done enough in Galleon. You got nothing but key 6 there.
That's really unfortunate, yeah.
So it looks like he's gonna go for his key 5 in the shop and hope that rushing later levels works out. You know that, actually, you still know that Rocket Barrel is first 4 levels.
Yeah.
And there's no Diddy hint. Because you already got your Diddy phase hint for Peanuts, so we're not guaranteed a Rocket Barrel hint at 50.
And we did get I didn't write it down because we had gotten it right away, but we did get a key 4 hint, so I was just trying to think of, like, is there any end goal that hasn't been hinted yet? Got that. We've got a ton. I mean, see, seeds like this are tricky, where it's like, they feel complicated, but you've got so many foolish hints, and generally the game likes to give you way less foolish hints for complicated seeds because it has more stuff to actually hint you. But this has 5 foolish hints and 4 scouring I have written down. It's like, that seems like a lot for something that's potentially kind of tricky still. You know,
okay,
getting close to the hour mark.
Okay, Alpha gets his 50 hint. Really curious to see this.
Yeah.
Ooh. Wait.
Oh.
Is that an
O-stand.
O-stand?
That's O-stand.
Jape's Lanky Metal. This is a fun one.
Maybe that gets you... That has to lock Grape somehow. If O-stand is going to be this path, that would have to lock Grape, I think.
This is not allowed to be Peanuts because Rocket Barrel... Sorry, it can't be Rocket Barrel because Diddy got Lanky.
Yeah, using Rocket Barrel.
Yeah. So, if anything, this is guaranteed to not help them in their hunt for Rocket Barrel.
Yes. Which means all you have to go on is first 4 levels, not Lanky or Chunky, basically.
So Rocket Barrel's almost just guaranteed to be some like dumb, easy, I say easy metal, but like probably slow technically in logic metal that they skipped. Or a boss? Boss? Factory? No. Yeah, factory boss. No. Forest boss? I don't know.
Well,
They
okay.
can't beat Factory Galleon. Those are foolish colored bananas.
I think it would have to be Forest Boss because it also can't be a Barrels boss.
Yep. Can't be a barrel boss.
Unless Ponytail Twirl. No, we're not going that route.
That's... I don't think we saw a Tiny Fiber ship.
No, we only saw Chunkies. And then I think you can see through and see Diddy's. I don't remember which one you can see through to see.
Okay, so this Jape's Lanky Metal is without grape. Yeah, this is orang stand is path to this, assuming that it locks grape somehow. Okay. Mumbo right on Alpha's tail, going back to Japes, following this hint. Rocket Barrel could also just be locked by Peanuts or any of these, like, or Trombone. There's no guarantee Rocket Barrel is easy to get. It could be down this Peanut path too.
Yeah. I mean, it could be something, even if it's part of Peanut, it could be something as simple as like the minecart or top of mountain.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'd be doing those checks here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like, there's got to be so much on these runners' minds. Like, we have the luxury of sitting here doing nothing but reading their hints and having chat like tell us when we miss things. They're also focused on routing these levels as efficiently as possible. So we don't even know yet if they've like come to the conclusion that Rocket Barrel is potentially just a casino in the first 4 levels.
It's just hunky.
Hunky on the...
Hunky to 8 and chunky. Dude, pound the X! Just do it!
Outer Isles, foolish, unfortunately.
Oh no, that's right. Okay, so that... I mean...
So does Hunky lock grape? or wait, this makes no sense. This means that so if O stand is our path to 8 and chunky, O stand or Hunky locks grape somewhere. This is a mess. I have no clue. Yeah, I don't even know what's happening anymore. Who knows what they're thinking?
Yeah.
Because this doesn't help you. You're still looking, like, you have 3 Way of the Hordes. You have the storage punch. You have the owl tree area. You have the chunky fire temple. We can't do any of those things.
Yeah. Random slam. All right. Probably not needed based on our current hints, but who knows?
What if grape is in Helm, locked by the 2% Hunky minigame?
And you have and then you have to take grape out to go get your guitar.
Yeah, then take grape out to go get guitar in the owl tree area or something.
I mean, it's possible. I think.
So Alpha got a slam on the cave shop. No indication we really need that yet, but good to have. Yeah, in terms of micro hints, they can... I mean, the micro hints aren't going to save you for Rocket Barrel. You still need the casino in the first 4 levels for that. But knowing Gorilla Gone could easily be in this lanky cabin, I think. It's the likely spot for Gorilla Gone.
I think every world I can think of, this is a green potion. I could think of worlds where it is any of the 3 potions. But I do think it's going to be green.
It's nothing!
What?
This makes
No.
no sense. So what is sprint path? Wait, Oasis?
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not sprint.
Maybe they need Rocket Barrel. And it's Rocket Barrel locked. In Oasis is maybe not sprint.
All right, I think you check. Yeah, I think you check Chunky's for sure. Because if this is something, I could see this being like Punch to get Guitar out of Factory, which is your 8 and Chunky.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. So you need Gorilla Gon from somewhere else. Maybe Gorilla Gon's just in the totem area on the Vulture race. And
Yeah.
we just need to find rockets.
I mean, I was about to say, what if Gorilla Gon is on the storage Punch Barrel,
Okay.
but and you're looking for Punch somewhere. Yeah, there's a lot of
And then
combos
Pineapple's
could
gonna
be-
show up somewhere because
somewhere.
of the 5 temple. And then that Punch minigame is gonna be a gun minigame. Everything's gonna be horrible.
Yeah, the issue is that we know about 2 potentially required chunky mini games now. The storage chunky minigame and this cabin chunky minigame. So when we talk about the chances of a chunky minigame like requiring hunky, we say it's 2%. But when you're like stacking multiple minigames on top of each other, the probability of requiring hunky in a minigame is increasing. So now we have 2 chances for hunky to be required in one of these minigames to be explainable on this whole path. Which is a bad thing because that means they don't have the leads for what checks to be doing.
Yeah.
I would maybe start looking for Rocket Barrel and assume
think I
that
would.
sprint was bait and find Rocket Barrel, do your Rocket Barrel Oasis checks. Since you need to find Rocket Barrel eventually. But who knows what's going through their minds right now.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm kind of blown away by the amount of like unknowns so far with, like I said, just the amount of essentially not useless hints. Like, foolish hints are never useless, but like the non-standard path or way of the horde hints, like that is mind-blowing to me.
Mm-hmm.
I do think I would check Chunky's Igloo, even though it's kind of slow, just because like Triangle could be the item it's talking about, and maybe Grape is available, which means O-Stand was actually nothing.
But now that you've seen there's a potion
Oh,
on
there's
Chunky
something-
5-door
yeah,
cabin,
yeah.
yeah, it's probably Triangle's a lost cause at this point.
That's true. I completely forgot.
Alpha going for the Gorilla Gon hint. He has that 64, so we'll.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately it's probably gonna be locked by.
If it says Aztec with Diddy.
Ooh, okay. Aztec Diddy.
Okay. So it's
So we're
probably
thinking
vultures.
vultures. So find Rocket Barrel.
Yeah. All paths lead to Rocket Barrel.
Okay, good luck, guys. Where are you going, Alpha? First 4 levels, please. No. So the reason I'm saying first 4 levels is because the Rocket Barrel locked our 4th Conk, Lanky, in Forest. So Rocket Barrel has to be in the first 4 levels.
Yeah.
Or he could just prove me wrong and it's somehow in the Diddy 5-door temple.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only path hint we might have is Peanut. That's it.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be an Aztec. Like, you have to have Rocket Barrel to get Lanky, and Chunky was in Aztec, which is level 5. So Rocket Barrel has to be before level 5.
Yeah, with only DK, Diddy, and Tiny.
Yeah.
So this is where it comes in handy to like think back. What moves did you have back then? What have you gotten since?
I would
But
think
we also
'cause-
have a lot of negative info. It's not diving locked. We know that, actually.
Yeah. It can't be diving locked. Vine, Strong Kong, Monkey Port. It can't be feather locked.
Forest Tiny Metal. That is actually probably possible. I don't want to think about it, but it probably, yeah.
Yeah, because that would be the awkward thing where it's like the game would expect you to be able to get it with diving in the first 4 levels, but it's not path because feather was available in level 5.
Yep,
Yeah.
feather or diving sort of thing, yeah.
I'm just trying to think. Factory. I think the only thing they really didn't do would be factory metals are dead, so it wouldn't be the boss. I think forest boss is an okay place to look.
Yeah, that's the
rest
only
of
boss.
forest.
Yeah.
The rest of forest was done pretty well. And then you've got like the peanut stuff in Japes. Your top of mountain, your mine cart, because you started with Chimpy Charge, so like it totally could just be Chimpy Charge.
So Alpha has like had a couple minute lead on Mumbo for a long time now, but this is gonna, differentiate who's gonna win this race. I think it comes down to who finds this rocket barrel first. Assuming that everything else with the hints just sort of works itself out, which is not guaranteed at all. All right, guys, we have a special announcement to make before we continue on with this casino. Anyone know what today is? Anyone in the chat know?
I don't know if they do. Oh,
Ash got it correct. It's Sarah's birthday. Everyone wish Sarah a happy birthday.
happy birthday, Sarah.
Thank you for all that you do moderating. Sarah has probably moderated more races than Alpha has participated in. Which is
no
an
small
incredible
feat.
stat.
Yeah. Absolutely. There is any race that you want to do at like 2:30 on a Thursday afternoon, Sarah will be there to moderate it for you.
Even at like 2:30 a.m., somehow she's still there. I don't mean to be like a backseat commentator, but I don't like how they're doing diving checks.
Yeah.
I really think Rocket Barrel, like, it's not locked by diving. We're sure of that.
Like I agree with you that I don't think it can be locked by diving, but I understand where they're coming from with it because they're thinking like the diving to 8 and chunky stuff still.
Yeah, but because maybe Rocket Barrel does not lock Gorilla Gone, and that I was wrong about that assumption. But it's like,
I mean,
we're assuming the Sprint and Oasis is bait at this point.
yeah, and
Otherwise, Sprint has to lead to something.
there's not many things that Sprint could lead to. I mean, there's not many sprint things we can do. It's a better way to put it. But like, it's also one of those things where it's like, yeah, we skipped Rocket Barrel earlier, but you can't beat this seed without it. Like, you have to get it in order to do Helm. So regardless, you have to do this hunt for Rocket Barrel. Getting Gorilla Gone now doesn't help you. Just in terms of getting it now versus getting it after you get Rocket Barrel.
Yeah. But I think both of them are, you know, sort of doing the same things. Like, Mumbo's just retracing Alpha's steps at this point. How much is Mumbo going to do in Galleon now? Like, forest medals are very likely.
Yeah.
We had factory Galleon medals foolish, so forest medals are, I think, very good to check.
Mills is dead. Because we've got the one potion from Scouring.
But how else are you getting this lanky potion without?
Well,
yeah, there's 20 bananas right here. Ooh. Okay, do your tiny medal. Come on, Alpha.
So
prove the chat right.
Something that would be an interesting idea is, what if it's the seal race? Because that's not diving.
That is... Yeah, it could be the seal race. You sort of have to start thinking about probabilities, though.
Yeah.
Then you're... It's kind of a double casino, where you have an unhinted Baboon Blast and an unhinted Rocket Barrel, which can happen. It's a little unlikely.
Yeah.
And Alpha hasn't even found Baboon Blast. I mean, he's probably going to here in a second.
Him being on the exterior of the mushroom is what made me think of it.
But yeah, it could be Baboon Blast. Just seal race. Yep.
Getting the mermaid check.
How is he getting this tiny medal? I have not been keeping track of. Okay, he's gonna just do the mini stuff in here to finish it off. Okay.
GB on the mermaid.
So close.
No.
I
No,
don't.
that can't be part of anything because, well, not at least for Rocket Barrel.
Right, because no
Yeah.
lanky to get Rocket Barrel. Okay, that's like I know what it looks like when you're getting a move, and like that quarter of a second where you know you found a move, but before you've seen the text, it's like,
Yeah.
that was it, and then no, it wasn't.
Potentially going to get our first look at Castle. Castle has 0 hints.
Yeah, please don't go to. Okay.
All right, yeah.
I think Alpha knows to stay in the first 4 levels. Otherwise, I think he would have gone to Castle. Checking. Are we sure that none of them have checked Forest Boss? Like, I think.
I don't remember seeing a boss check.
We're an hour 18 minutes in. This kind of territory where
Yeah.
check force. Oh, the car race. This has been in Logic since minute 0 of the seed. We started with Tiny and Mini.
Oh,
And
this would be so bad.
And both runners skipped this, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen this. What was that? Alpha. What was that? Go back.
Going right back in. Oh no!
It's one of these. Oh no! This is the worst feeling in the world. But on the bright side, I still approve of what Alpha is doing more than Mumbo right now. You need to stay in the first 4 levels and find your rocket barrel.
This really has been in logic since the start of the scene.
Okay.
Ah.
Nope. Hey, at least he's one step closer to the 69 GVs to enter Helm, right?
Exactly.
I need to start taking notes on what to ask them when they're done in 2 hours, because I'll forget by then.
All right. Alpha going back to Japes. I like this. Going to Japes, doing no hive tunnel. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do like obviously like the chunky underground stuff. None of that. But
Yeah, maybe there's a medal. I guess I don't think there's a medal left. Alpha's surely done. He did DK. We saw the balloon incident. He did Diddy, and Tiny requires feather. So
yeah.
And Japes boss probably requires moves that are not path to rocket barrel.
Yeah. I do think there. I mean, there still is the 2 peanut checks in Hillside.
Oh, you know what? This chunky metal. No, it's not good because it can't be chunky block. Never mind.
Yeah.
What's fascinating is that amongst all this, Alpha has not found Baboon Blast, which I think is another roast, because how are you skipping that Kasplat in this situation?
There's your ponytail twirl, by the way, on Mumbo's side. So we know Mad Jack is the 6 or 7 boss, which means every boss from 3 through 5 is a Barrels boss.
Like, what other checks do we have? I feel like Forest Boss is the only thing screaming Rocket Barrel to me right now.
Yeah.
Have we seen Diddy Hillside stuff yet?
No, not yet. That's the other. I think it's Forest Boss and Diddy Hillside stuff. And like that's it. They haven't checked Japes Boss, but Japes Boss is going to be Barrels locked, and Barrels is not path to this stuff, or at least not path to Rocket Barrel specifically. Finally.
Was Alpha trying to peek the Diddy cage? What was that? This would be like a feels like if Alpha gets Rocket Barrel here, he's got to feel terrible. He's like, oh my gosh, Mumbo got this an hour ago. But minecart just as likely since we started with Chimpy Charge.
Yep. Bean, skip it. We don't need it. know you're on the restream, but it's not the time for it.
Unfortunately, the entire Beanstalk region has been hinted foolish.
Can't believe Alpha would skip the bean on Sarah's birthday.
I think he did want to like re-peek that cage, or oh, he's going for his chunky metal.
Can't think of anything else that's left.
Anything else like, yeah, Easy and Factory that maybe they skipped because it was slow?
I mean, they both ended up climbing production, so...
Mm-hmm. We saw the 2 potions there.
Yeah. R&D is done. We saw the blast course? In Factory? I think so.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. If it's not Force Boss, then the Boom Blast stuff is my next best guess. I guess for Seal Race specifically.
Which, again, feels bad, like you said earlier, with it being... What are the odds that there are 2 chained unhinted items, but it can happen.
Yeah, we're already super sure that this boss was nothing. It's not. It's going to be an early boss because these other bosses likely require barrels. Galleon.
Galleon makes sense if you have blast, but unfortunately, Alpha does
Chuck,
not.
have you not done it? You've been here so many times, Alpha. What is left here? Unless there's some... Again, it's not going to be a medal. Bananas are foolish here.
You're missing both Pineapple and Punch, which lock a bunch of stuff. And it can't be chunky anyways.
Oh, is he going Mermaid?
We saw it on Mumbo's side.
I guess we didn't see it from him. What did Mumbo just buy? I'm not even watching him at this point.
It was bongos.
It was bongo. Okay.
That's.
I'm that certain Rocket Barrel is not here. Why would I
only knew that
right now?
I only knew it because I see Mike in chat saying rule bongos off the list. Not even watching Mumbo.
Because this is going to be a chain of we're going to get Rocket Barrel on Forest Boss, Gorilla Gon on Vulture Race, then Primate, no, then Grape on the Cabin with Chunky, and then Pineapple on the Owl Tree Kasplat, and then finally like Punch in the Fidor Temple, and then Guitar in Storage, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some sort of chain like that.
I think that's almost exactly what the chain is going to be.
Sniper in Green Hat.
Okay, we know it's not this, but it's interesting this got put off until now.
Yeah, I guess it was only Mumbo that did this.
And also for chat and everyone watching, it is important to reiterate, like, as disappointed as we sound, like, we have the luxury of, like, having read the hint sheet and only the hint sheet for the last hour and a half. So it is very easy to miss something like this in a seed, or, you know, have other things going through your head. So Just to reiterate that, because sometimes that gets lost.
Yeah, I'm also not normally this mean to people. It's just like I've known Mumbo for 7 years, Alpha for 8 years. It's there's a lot of history between us.
Exactly what Cam just said in chat. They probably forgot they skipped Rocket Barrel for Lanky, and so they think they just have a legitimate casino across the entire seed.
Okay, is Alpha still an Aztec? This is not.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. No. Alpha at least is staying in his early levels, so he has to know that Rocket Barrel is early. I know he's in level 5, which is not... it's still not promising, but he hasn't tried to just clear castle like Mumbo just did.
Mumbo back to Galleon. Again, trying to think of things that they haven't already done yet. Seal Race is the only one that would make sense, I think.
Yeah, we're probably getting a Seal Race soon. What else does he have left? Like, Lanky 5 ship, maybe?
Oh, he's gonna take the bongos.
No, not the...
Yeah.
Not the level 6 bongos. Again, it can't be diving locked. It can't be bongos locked. It can't be lanky locked. Can't be chunky locked. Can't be an Aztec.
Where to now? Factory.
Factory, what? He has to do his car race still, I think.
Oh yeah, Alpha's the one who did the car race.
Yeah. Okay, back to Forest. There is no way Alpha does not check the boss here.
Alpha was checking the Aztec boss. Like, bosses are on the mind.
He has to.
And it's daytime, so you can use this nice Trophenskoff portal.
Yep, he's okay. He's going straight for it. And if it's not here, it's only 33 bananas. Oh my gosh, this was available so long ago.
If it's not here, I think it has to be Seal Race, which, again, for Alpha is really unfortunate because it does not have Blast. Oh my god.
Oh. What other checks are there?
No.
Is there anything else that is not Baboon Blast locked? Okay, he's going Warp 3. Does he remember?
Why not?
Oh, so close. Wait, he doesn't have his Chunky... No, it can't be Chunky. Chunky was level 5.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope. It can't be this. That's why he doesn't have the Chunky Medal, but...
Oh, that's really funny, actually.
He's so close to the... And it's daytime right now. He's not gonna...
Oh, no.
Like, take the vines over there or anything. Okay, question for the race mods. What if they both forfeit? How does this work? Rematch? Or did they both give up? Run it back right now.
Someone has to finish from Sarah in chat.
They both lose, and then Cinny gets back into the tournament and moves on to the next round because Mumbo beat Cinny to be here.
I agree.
Okay, we're at the 1 hour 34 minute mark. This means time to pause and look at where you got all your moves. Okay, this is actually terrible for Alpha. He definitely thinks he's checked that Splat already.
Yeah, there's no way with the way that the other levels were being cleared. There's no way he thinks he did it or didn't do it yet.
It can't be BFI just because they've already checked it. We know it's not there.
Really stretching my head, but I can't think of anything it could be in factory.
Please don't. He's gonna do piano game probably.
Oh, please don't.
Okay. Like, he's on the right track. There's checks he's not doing that he knows it can't be those.
He wants to use blast.
Yeah.
Standing in front of it, crouching.
Mumbo did use his blast in Castle, actually. He checked Castle Tree.
Yeah, it was Castle Tree and Llama Temple. Which, in the grand scheme of things, those are the blast courses that unlock the most checks. So
Well, did he go into Llama Temple?
he did, yeah.
Okay, because the first time he unlocked the Llama Temple
Yes.
and didn't go in there. Actually, what he was probably thinking was because of that Oasis hint. At the time, he was probably thinking, oh, maybe the hinted move is on the llama, and like he didn't peek the llama, so might as well just do the last course to see the check at that point. Maybe that's what was going through his mind. All right, we're seeing our foolish pound X. Let's go, Alpha. Outer Isles foolish.
You know it's bad when you start disregarding foolish hints.
Oh, okay, the rock is doing it, but it just takes a second. Yeah, so again, for people that haven't been here the whole time, Lanky was Rocket Barrel locked, and Lanky was our 4th Kong, so Rocket Barrel has to be in the first 4 levels, not locked by Lanky or Chunky.
Yeah.
That's the scope of this casino right now.
Yeah, and then from path hints, we know that diving cannot lock it, which is a really big one, as well as vine swinging, monkey port, strong Kong, and feather. The only DK rule hint we've gotten this entire seed was peanut, which obviously is resolved.
balloon things. Yeah, another balloon thing. Again, oh yeah, also just can't be lanky, because we got the balloon jump scare on the fourth tiny metal.
Yeah, and then like Mumbo got bongos, and ponytail twirl, I think it was, in castle, so it can't be those. Tiny 5-door ship has been checked, but it also can't be diving locked. So back in factory. Don't do dark.
Steel Race would make some sense since it's kind of also locked by peanuts, I guess, is how I'll rationalize the Steel Race.
The only reason I think it might be Seal Race is because it's the only check I can think of they haven't done yet that satisfies the requirements.
Oh yeah, because are we sure that Mumbo's done his other Baboon Blasts?
Mumbo, so it can't be Jape's Blast because of vines.
Yeah.
It could be Forest, I guess, and I think Mumbo already did Factory, if I'm not positive.
Yeah, I feel like he's also the type of person that just would have done those already. So
yeah,
we'll assume Seal Race. Okay. Chat's pretty confident he hasn't done Forest Baboon Blast yet, though.
or Factory.
Or Factory. Okay, well, I had too much faith in him.
All right, I do believe you, chat, and I believe you so much, I'm going to go back and check. There's a point in time where I think I remember him doing it, so I'm just going to go check real quick.
Yes, now I'm just disappointed. I'm more disappointed. Not that, like, I'm not disappointed in me for not keeping track. I'm disappointed in Mumbo for having not done them yet. That's the disappointment.
All right, I can confirm Mumbo did not do it when I thought he did it. Chat wins this one. Maybe that's what would happen. If both of them forfeit, we pick a random person from chat to take their spot. Because they win the seed.
Whoever said Seal Race first. Well, that was maybe you.
You know what? I'll take it. Might have just Seal Race in chat.
Oh boy, we're doing a Rocket Barrel locked check for Rocket Barrel. Let's go. On Alpha's side.
What do you do if this is grape, though? Somehow.
It's perfectly possible.
Yeah.
If, well, I can't even think about all that at this point. Why is Mumbo so confident in not doing Baboon Blast?
I don't know.
He did it in Castle.
Blast was the Night Dorcas splat in Forest.
Which Alpha guaranteed just has forgotten about. Because there was a point in Forest where he went up, climbed Mushroom, got Lanky at the top, and I think it's just that thrill of getting the Kong that you go and like leave and go do stuff with them instead of sticking the level for another couple seconds to drop to that Kasplat like you do in a normal route.
Yeah, I think the assessment from chat is correct. Where I think Alpha knows about the first 4 levels thing, and that's why he's just not doing anything because he just does not know of anything else in these levels to do. Whereas Mumbo probably thinks it's more of a general casino, which unfortunately Mumbo we think has the key to go forward with Blast, but just isn't taking it to the right levels. Because if you think it's a normal casino, you're going to go to the levels that have, 20 checks to do and not the ones that have 2.
Yeah, and Alpha's like a good enough runner that if he's stuck here, then, we know he's full cleared these first 4 levels. Otherwise, he'd be thinking of checks. Like, he's just forgotten, and it's not forgotten, just doesn't know that he didn't do that Kasplat. Like, he's in a 1v1 like this, it's different from like a weekly race where if this was a weekly, there's probably been 10 other people that have finished by now, and you just hit forfeit and accept that you messed up and whatever. But here it's like you're probably just sitting there looking at the race room, just waiting for your opponent to finish and like put you out of your misery, but nobody is finishing anytime soon.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, we think that the rest of the seed is, I wouldn't say solved, but like you've got the pieces to go from like check to check to check. But it's like there are like 5 steps to do after we find this rocket barrel. Like, you need rocket barrel for Gorilla Gone, which we think is for grape, which we think is for punch, or pineapple, which we think is for punch, which we think is for guitar. Like, there is a chain still to be had. So it's just hope to God the rest of it was hinted correctly.
Okay,
We're checking a blast course.
going to a blast course. Can't be vines locked, but it's a start. Like, he's on the right track. Maybe he'll think to do others now.
What? Okay, nope. Mumbo, please don't.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cave.
Maybe he'll think Cave's beetle race now.
I mean,
Again,
in this situation, Caves is the best level to be level 7 because there are 2 slam checks. So even if you get derailed, it's not for long.
And there's still a possibility of somehow there's like a casino for grape or pineapple at the end of this. So there's a world where you need that, but the focus should be on finding rocket barrel and not chasing those. Okay. Factory Baboon Blast. Alpha doing another rocket barrel locked check for rocket barrel. Nope.
Interesting.
How did he leave this for? How is he just now doing this an hour and 48 minutes in?
Yeah, I was thinking, like, when he came down and got key 7 and then got monkey port out of the shop, he had blast at that point. So that's when I was like, oh, that's when he must have done the blast course.
Where is he going?
Don't do bad hit detection wheel. Don't do it. Oh, this?
Skip this, mate?
Yeah.
Okay. Nope, climbing too high. Do the peak from the bottom. What is he?
Oh, he's getting the
Wait.
metal. Oh, the metals are foolish.
The bananas are foolish here. That's why I was convinced he was checking it, because colored bananas are foolish in factory.
Well, he's getting them.
What? Please stop. Okay, I'm not mad. Let's be positive. Surely he'll go to Seal Race soon.
There's only so many checks left.
Someone ping me when the interview starts. Okay. See you in 2 hours.
Oh, Alpha?
Alpha? Okay, Alpha. Alpha, hold.
Oh, it's happening.
Okay. This is a race again.
Now check the blast cores. Don't leave yet.
Alpha, this is... Do not give up. Mumbo is technically on your tail.
Don't leave. Don't leave. No.
Okay. No, why do...
Oh my god.
No, not as... No.
Oh, he...
First 4 levels.
Oh no, he probably thinks Gorilla God is like on the free Lanky item.
No.
You need to get it because you don't have guitar. Oh my god.
Why is Mumbo... Where's Mumbo going? Why are they both up here?
Checking another rocket barrel check. Or rocket barrel.
It's okay. So... Alpha will figure it out. He's just gonna go through these 5 levels.
Alright, Mumbo back in forest. Check the blast course. Blast is on the mind.
Warp 3, good start. Ooh, if it's here, I'm gonna feel so bad for Alpha.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're...
It's gotta be Seal Race.
I think it's gotta
the
be Seal
only
Race.
thing left.
He's doing level 3. He has to be thinking that too. Like, what is left? Has Mumbo finally realized he needs to stay in the first 4 levels? That's what's helping his search right now?
It's a good thing Mumbo potentially figured it out when he did, just because, you know, Alpha finding Blast immediately put like a timer on it.
Yeah. And Alpha's probably gonna like do factory first before Galleon, because that's fast.
Like, especially the Galleon one is just such a slow.
But yeah, this check is not considered diving locked because you don't need to swim underwater to get here. The lobby itself is like when you enter it from whatever level, you're already swimming, so you don't need to have diving to like go through the Galleon lobby. You just start in that swimming state.
Bottle of grog.
There it is.
There it is. Unhinted Blast for potentially unhinted Rocket Barrel.
Hopefully Rocket Barrel. It
Yeah.
could be Gorilla Grab.
If this is Gorilla Grab, we have to do a DK arcade. We might not get an interview after this. Yeah, to just summarize the problem again, and why we think this is Rocket Barrel, and why Rocket Barrel is so important, is Lanky was obtained with Rocket Barrel, and was the 4th Kong, so we knew it had to be in the first 4 levels. Rocket Barrel, right here, we're going to take to Aztec to get Gorilla Gone, which is going to unlock a whole series of moves that is going to include Grape, and Pineapple, and Punch, and Guitar. So Mumbo should be great to Aztec to start off this chain. And then Alpha
right on his tail, I
Yeah.
guess. We think the rest of this is going to be straightforward, but there's a lot of way the hordes left. A lot needs to go right.
I mean, the good thing is there aren't many, like, oh, why'd I get that move instead kind of moves right now. Like, Spring has, like, 2 checks it can be, if that, if you happen to find it. Same thing with Grab. And the rest of the missing moves right now on these trackers are necessary. So, so there's almost no bait that could happen here.
Yeah, and the whole hunky thing will make sense if there's a hunky chunky minigame on one of these upcoming chunky bonus barrels.
Yeah, there's 2 chunky bonus barrels that we have to do.
Both of them got the micro hint for Gurlagon at least 50 minutes ago, I want to say. So, maybe like 40, but they've known for a long time Gurlagon was Diddy Aztec. And I've been hunting for this Rocket Barrel. Yes, Lorak, neither of them narrowed their... Because Rocket Barrel was a complete, just first 4 levels, DK Diddy Tiny only, and neither of them were casinoing for it very well.
Yeah, what we think may have happened, and obviously we'll get to confirm in the interview, but what we think may have happened is Mumbo may not have made that connection of Rocket Barrel having to be in the first 4 levels, so was doing a more traditional casino where, you know, they cleared Castle and a bit of Caves and Aztec and all that. Whereas Alpha may have recognized that earlier, but completely forgot about the Night Dorcas Splat, so just didn't have Blast the entire time. And so there was a lot of, like, waiting around, like, I've got nothing left to do in these first 4 levels. But they're both on their path now, so hopefully nothing funny happens from here. I will say, though, something that can be really interesting about these one-on-one seeds is, like, Alpha finding that Blast and finding, you know, the necessary move off of Blast. Like, that does, like, some mental damage to you to be like, this was such an easy thing, how did I miss it? But then at the same time, you look over at the race room and your opponent is not done. And so, like, what's going through either of their heads right now could be anything. Like, it is, it's a weird mental space to be in to,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
to
Both
have
of them
something like
have to
that.
think they've
almost
lost.
so simple. Yeah.
And I don't blame them for sort of putting off Seal Race until, like,
no,
the
not at
last
all.
possible check. I just blame them for a lot of other things they did along the way.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because even we called out the Seal Race, it was like, doesn't really make sense. Like, that would be 2 one-hinted items. What are the odds of that?
Yes, I did specifically say I wouldn't do that back when we were in Galleon an hour ago.
Yeah, so there's a diving mini game on the Gorilla Gone Barrel, which is pretty funny.
Okay, here's the pineapple. So we're thinking hunky chunky minigame or grape or punch in here.
Yep. It'll be grape or punch to get punch or grape to get guitar at the end of it. Punch. Take that to factory.
Yeah, oh yeah. Then this bonus barrel will be the hunky one. Oh, I guess the whole time. Wait, maybe the hunky was
Welcome
just
to bonus stage.
coincidence, actually. And the hint was about triangle and all that orang stand stuff. Yeah, because hunky itself wasn't to 8 necessarily.
Yeah.
All right, it was a fun thought, but just lots of diving. They're in different diving mini games right now.
I still like to think that that hint was talking about O stand, and there's going to be a hunky minigame in Helm. That's the world I want to live in.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so back to Forest to get the Owl Tree Splat, and this should be guitar, which would be all of the pieces needed to beat the seed finally.
Yeah, they've just been sitting on these 4 hinted checks the entire time that they couldn't do without Rocket Barrel.
It wasn't, those weren't even path hints, those were straight up Way of the Horde hints that we've just known this entire time.
The cabin one was the one
the cabin
path
was,
hint.
yeah.
The other 3 were Way of the Hordes, yeah. There it is. Mumbo is officially go mode 2 hours and 2 minutes in.
There's a potion in Helm Lobby.
Why is he not getting it? What if he needs Gorilla Grab to do Helm and
Turn off the
start with
Blastomatic.
Yeah.
We should add that to Season 4.
I just want more things path to 8. You know, have to do all of Helm, a rank stand, pineapple, mini monkey, Gorilla Grab, and Rocket Barrel required for every single Helm.
We should add all those back in, but get rid of the instrument unlocks. So you need all of the moves to get through Helm to get Key at the end, but you don't actually have to like do any of the rooms.
That would be fun,
Right?
because then no more mini games.
Exactly.
And just have no micro hints for any of those
Exactly.
moves that you need to go through Helm.
You should have just found them.
No cutscene skip for Mumbo. Alpha's catching up.
Yeah, it is pretty wild that it ended up as close as it's going to here. Just
Yeah,
with how differently, like, they both had their own different problems and ended up basically solving it at, you know, the same time, give or take like 2 or 3 minutes.
and Alpha had the lead. Like, Alpha had the lead the whole time, and Alpha was on the right track with sticking to, well, the first 5 levels. Better than Mumbo sticking to the first 7 levels, but Alpha was on the right tracks. Unfortunately, could not find that Baboon Blast.
Welcome to bonus stage.
You know, we were even joking when we found when Mumbo found that blast. We were even joking about it being necessary for something, and little did we know at the time.
It was unhinted seal race that whole time.
Unhinted steel race the whole time.
But this is what can happen when you go out of logic for something. Like, they went out of logic to get Lanky in that top of the mushroom rocket barrel check so early that it took them over an hour to end up finding that rocket barrel that was logically required.
Yeah.
Welcome to bonus stage.
It's okay. Does Mumbo have the 3rd melon? Is this possible? Only 2 melons.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna be a tricky K. Rool fight.
Already took damage. Not a good start.
You gotta be nervous. You're 2 hours and 7 minutes in.
Yeah.
It's not easy to have a good Diddy phase in a time like this. Because while we know that Mumbo has like a couple minutes on Alpha right now, he has no idea.
Yeah. And the worst part about the whole thing is, I don't know if it's going to be the final phase, but you do have a tiny phase on this, which is needlessly long compared to the others. So you have all that time just staring at the race room, waiting for yourself to get sniped. There was that qualifier I did where I entered tiny phase. There's only like 3 people done, and then I finished the race in 10th place.
Which 10th place was that?
Yeah. It's like the 3rd one or something.
Alpha at least with the good music here. Finishing out Helm strong. It is crazy. Alpha's only 1K roll phase behind Mumbo. After all that, like, it was so different how they approached the casino.
Yeah. And it was even different leading up to that. I remember the two of them were pretty separated for a while. And then the random high five and Diddy Rafters.
Yeah, it was little things like Alpha doing production room first trip to factory where Mumbo didn't. I think Alpha did spend a little more time in forest than Mumbo did the first trip, so it looked like Mumbo had an early lead, but then it was just a progression lead. Like, he was moving on to levels faster, but Alpha was getting more going bananas and actually made it to Japes before Mumbo did.
Yeah, because the big one was getting diving that first trip to the forest, because Mumbo didn't have a gun, but because Alpha did production room, got the oranges.
Yeah.
Was able to do nighttime forest. Unfortunately, not the splat, but
yeah.
Yeah, just 2 more toes for Mumbo.
Full 2 melons. I think he's good.
It's amazing how when I was learning the randomizer, and I think a lot of people are similar, like tiny phase was honestly a struggle to get through sometimes, even with 2 melons. But you know, now once you learn the pattern, it's like this is just the most boring 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, one of those things that coming in as a like little bit of prior speedrunning experience.
Yeah, a little bit.
I've done a couple tiny phases, and it is just the same pattern every time.
Alright, and that is GG's for Mumbo. Getting a 12:01 in the race room.
Let's get him in here.
Yeah. He's gonna have a lot to say.
Oh boy.
Right,
GG, guys. Well,
do your worst.
Yeah, I gotta go. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, see ya.
Listen, it was Sarah's birthday. We talked about it before the seed.
Yeah.
We were gonna
this was Sarah's birthday present. How nice of you guys.
That's why you both skipped the bean. Gotcha.
They could have gotten the bean and, you know, routed a little bit better and still beat the other by 45 minutes. And so there's plenty of time to get the bean if you
just so brutal.
Yeah. Where should we start?
Yeah.
You tell me. You tell me. I have no comment about this.
Okay. So in Forest, both of you, it was around the same time. Alpha had a slight lead. He got Lanky first at the top of the mushroom. It was, you know, we thought, oh, he's probably gonna be on the Diddy medal, which is super slow to get without any moves. So he ended up being top of the mushroom, and Alpha does not get Baboon Blast, but Mumbo does. And I think, oh, you know, that Baboon Blast, it's probably not going to be needed. There's no sign of that being hinted at all. It's whatever. So, at what point did you guys realize that Rocket Barrel was in the first 4 levels?
When I got the Japes Diddy medal, which, who knows when that was. That was well after I cleared all of Castle and Aztec.
Yeah, I mean, I stuck to the early levels just trying to, like, find it, but in my mind, I was already at the top of the mushroom. I thought I had just done that check.
Mm-hmm.
So I opened up that, like, Season 2 logic graph.
Mhm.
I'm like, what the did I skip? And I don't know.
That feels way
completely-
worse when you've got the right read on where Rocket can be and you just thought you had already done a check that you hadn't.
Yeah, like, once I got Blast, I just beeline the Blast checks. I mean, granted, to be fair, that's all that was really left. But
Yeah. It was still like a bit of a sizable casino, but it
Yeah.
obviously could have been heavily narrowed by just recognizing you don't need to use Link, you don't need to use Chunky, and it's just the first 4 levels.
Did
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
do
'cause-
production room first trip?
No, I did not. I said, what did I say? Oh, I said I'm gonna get Key 2 in Forest right now, and then get my Kong and come back to production later.
So yeah, Alpha actually was in the lead. I think going into Japes, going into Aztec,
Hmm.
Alpha getting the oranges in production room made for a more efficient forest route, and Alpha was in the lead at the start, and all the way up until even like entering caves for the first time. Like
Yeah.
Alpha was in the lead.
That surprises me, to be honest. Not that Alpha's not a great player, because he is, but I just thought I was playing well. But I guess
Yeah,
if the oranges right at the start really did make that much of a difference, and Alpha was
Yeah.
able to hold the lead, that does make sense.
Yeah, because Alpha was able to get diving on that first trip, which let
Yeah,
him
that
get
is a
into
big
Japes
deal.
faster, and yeah.
Hmm. Thought I was being slick, running straight to Diddy.
So
Didn't work out.
what was like your problem, Mumbo? What happened?
Rocket. I just
Rocket,
I
okay.
got to the end of the seed and was like, I'm still missing 50 things, including completely unhinted Rocket, and I
Yeah.
just didn't make the connection that Rocket got you lanky. So I was like, well, prior experience, don't get burned by shops. I went to Castle, and then I did all of Castle, and then who knows what happened after that.
Yeah. I
Oh,
forgot
it's
about
funny.
it for a few checks. I was doing lanky stuff, and I'm like, what am I doing, bro? It can't
Yeah.
be.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing lanky lock can lead me to Rocket.
Mm-hmm.
It was like once an hour 40 hit, I'm just like, it's over. Just
Yeah, that's when you kind
Do
of
your
like
worst.
soft give up on the seed, especially
Yeah.
because like either of us, if we just didn't have a gnarly bad day for whatever reason, should have
Yeah.
crushed the other's time easily.
Yep.
And I think we were both in that mindset, which also made us both play worse.
right. What is this clip?
Yeah, Alpha, we need to ask you about what happened in this clip.
Oh no!
Oh, is it the one with the balloon?
Oh, it's not another balloon.
Yeah. So my cat actually unplugged my controller, so I had to like replug it back. I was doing it with the
I was the
keyboard.
cat.
Yeah, I was playing with the keyboard at that point.
Oh, the homing ammo. Well, okay. To be fair, that's not Alpha's fault. That's homing ammo's fault.
No, keep
It was-
watching.
it was trying to hit the wall.
There's a few switches to Tiny in there. There's
No.
That's pretty good. That only took him 8 bullets after he switched to homing. That's not bad.
after he ran out of homing.
I mean that's my MO. Shooting balloons like an idiot.
I feel that. Don't worry.
Yeah. Just
The only other like super cringe moment was the factory car race. That like felt really bad for
yeah.
you there.
Did you do it?
So what happened was I went in there and I'm just so tilted off the face of the earth,
Uh-huh.
and I just matched through the text.
Oh no.
And so I'm like, okay, let's just go back in and reread it. Well, you
Uh-huh.
can't do that. Turns
That's
out.
annoying.
So I just had to do the race.
That sucks. Does leaving the level help?
I have no idea.
I
I don't know.
I
It might
want
be
to
for Emily.
say it's if you did quit game, it would help. I don't think leaving the
Right,
level does.
right.
Because I think Connor, you ran into this once on K Rule with the slam micro hint.
Yeah, that was so long ago though. I feel like there's a chance
May have
they've
changed by then, yeah.
things.
Right.
But what was I gonna say? We were actually pretty sure that was gonna be Rocket Barrel there because there were so few checks left for Alpha to do, and we weren't thinking Baboon Blast would lead to Rocket Barrel because that's two unhinted things.
Exactly.
So we were thinking like, okay, there's factory car race, there's forest boss. There are really so few things for Rocket Barrel to be on in the first 4 levels.
Yeah.
And Alpha did a good job clearing the first 4 levels and just didn't have the boom blast.
Yeah, I eventually went to Castle because I'm just like, well, maybe Grape's a casino and I'll just figure that out as I go. And then I'm looking at this infographic of all the checks in the game and I'm like, at this point I've done all of these. In my mind, I've done them all. And I was like, is there any checks maybe I, due to routing decisions, I may have like skipped that I thought I did, and that's where I went.
Alpha, do you see that chat named a character in game after you?
All right, Charles, who did it?
Why do you automatically blame Charles?
They're naming.
Alphonse.
Well, it didn't become Alphonse. It's Alfonso. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, the Kasplat on the upper side of Fungi Exterior shall henceforth be named Alfonso.
This is an exhausting seed, really. I mean,
Yeah.
we both made this so much more complicated than it needed to be.
Oh yeah, and it was an easy seed. Like, don't get me wrong. Well, the peanut and diving path hints were kind of bait. I mean, and I was talking to Alpha about this in the race time chat that we just went into Galleon so many times. And like, I went and found bongos straight to Galleon to do DK's 5-door ship because that peanut to 8 and Chunky and that diving to 8 and Chunky hadn't been resolved yet. And so it just made so much sense. And I did every other diving check in the game, but diving was just for one of the bonus barrels.
What where were bongos?
In a castle shop.
Oh, okay.
But diving was not path to Diddy. So once you recognize that the Oasis hint is not pointing to sprint, because it's easy to think, oh, sprint for lanky cabin maybe, since you had the cabin hint.
Yep, that's where I
Once
went.
you realize the sprint was bait, is where I was like, okay, it's got to be one of those Rocket Barrel Oasis checks.
Yep.
And diving is not path to Diddy. So, but then you guys went and did all your diving checks, and I was like, okay, I don't think this is the play, but what do I know?
I mean, in the end,
What do you know?
you are right about that. What also made it hard is you were missing like 5 items by the end, right? So it so easily could have been a casino for Rocket and a casino for some other item, which is why I didn't want to leave out that diving hint. But it just so happened that all the items you needed were on that chain right at the end after Rocket. And in hindsight, it makes sense. You count up your items, you count up your hints, but
I was also thinking about barrels as well, because the Strong Kong hint for Krim Isle also got you barrels, so I was like, what is going on? But
it's a cringe casino, cringe seed, not our fault.
yeah, just blame the devs.
But you do take the win, Mumbo, and after all that, we'll be up against
GGs.
either Verdant Ash or Violet Pumpkin in the
Really
next
put
round.
the fear of God into them after this performance.
It's the false hope, right?
Yeah, exactly. They'll be off their game.
Yeah, no, if they were worried beforehand, got to be way more confident now after seeing how you two played this.
Yeah, how we made this made DK Rando look hard.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I'm
no.
sent packing.
Yeah, that has to feel bad, losing to the 2 seed and the 3 seed and going out at night. But
That's the way it
You know, we-
goes.
we can all thank Megapol for that one.
Dang.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Alright.
gonna be a lot of really good matches in the later losers bracket as tournament keeps going on. So
Yeah, we
Could
saw
be fun.
Barry versus Kinigami Wakai, winner of that against Spike, winner of that against Charles. I face the winner of your side of the bracket, and then who knows what's after that? At least another. And then it started becoming best of 3 at some point. So many more races to come.
Excited for it.
And I think we actually have upcoming race. No. Oh yeah, no, it is. Tomorrow night, same time as this race, will actually be the first race of the beta bracket finals between Oh Just Nothing and Psych. So that'll be the first beta bracket match here on the restream, but that'll be an exciting watch for sure.
And then Violet and Ash on Friday.
See you guys there.
Yeah,
Yo,
any other
GGs,
final
Mumbo.
words?
It's been fun grinding with you.
Yeah, GG's. See ya in Ocarina of Time.
Yep. See you there. That's where I'll be. Bye. See ya.
Morning.